While John Bolton is bashing President Trump's foreign policy on North Korea, one national security expert who worked closely with both the president and with Bolton disagrees with claims by the former NSA. Here's One America's Stefan Kleinhenz with more.
In a sit-down interview with ABC News on Sunday, former National Security Advisor John Bolton criticized President Trump and his negotiations with North Korea. Now, Fred Fleitz, who has worked closely with President Trump and is the former chief of staff to John Bolton, said he disagrees with Bolton's remarks.
I actually met with the president about a week before John Bolton started, and he said, look, I'm glad he's coming on board, but all John wants to do is bomb things.
President Trump tweeted today, quote, "I always like hearing differing points of view. He turned out to be grossly incompetent and a liar." In the interview with ABC on Sunday, Bolton criticized President Trump and his negotiations with North Korea.
Donald Trump got a lot. The U.S. itself got nothing from that.
Fleitz, however, did not agree with Bolton's claim.
I think that's untrue. I've discussed this with the president several times. The United States international security gained a lot. Tensions on the Korean Peninsula were significantly reduced. There hasn't been a nuclear test since 2017. There have been no significant missile tests. This has been a significant plus in terms of our national security. More needs to be done, but I think it was a good. The president took a gamble, and I think it was worth it.
Bolton notes in his book that he decided to turn against the president last June, when the president ignored the advice of both Bolton and other national security advisors who recommended bombing Iran in response to an unmanned U.S. drone being shot down. President Trump said the response, that would have likely killed 100 to 200 Iranian civilians, was disproportionate.
Now, Bolton says in his book that Trump has no principles. Everything he does is to get reelected or to promote himself. Well, he does have principles. It's to keep the U.S. out of unnecessary wars and not to use military force if he doesn't have to. And I think if this is the turning point, as Bolton says in the book it was, I think it disproves the whole premise of the book, that Trump is not a leader and is not fit to be president. Clearly, this was an instance where he showed leadership by standing up to his national security team that made a bad recommendation.
Fleitz said that both John Bolton and Mike Pompeo have strong national security views, and noted that both knew what they were getting into with this administration, considering the president has no prior foreign policy experience.
Mike Pompeo figured out how to work with this president and to be effective with him and realize that Donald Trump won the election. He's the president. I regret that John Bolton was not able to make that connection. He was not able to find a way to work with his president. And I think that, it's a shame. We lost Bolton's expertise, and now we have this book that I think is going to hurt our national security.
John Bolton's controversial book, The Room Where It Happened, has raised a lot of attention and many concerns over national security issues, including concerns from South Korea. The book is expected to hit shelves tomorrow. Stefan Kleinhenz, One American News, Washington.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.